My whole direction, once I got the record deal, was I gotta represent now, you know? My calling is here, you know, the time is here, that window of opportunity is open. I have to, you know, represent for Brooklyn.
I'm Rakim, and this is 20 years later, Do or Die.
It was just crazy. I remember my dressing room was on the top. Watch your step, watch your step, watch your step. The dressing room right here had about 20 homies up in here, chilling, getting ready for the show. Damn, 20 years ago, that's crazy, man. 20. A lot of legendary things went on, a lot of my idols, a lot of generation of music. Historic, man, Apollo. I wasn't the first. I don't remember the lineup totally, but you know, just hearing the screams and all that. And when it was my turn to perform, it was just ball game. Now, mind you, my album was not out, so you know, when I performed, my first song was rather unique. You know, the reception was good. It was fair. Secondly, I didn't Give Me Yours, and then that's when Nas came out. He do the hook, so I seen the crowd kind of get up, and you know, I seen the love. It was growing. When I got to Sugar Hill, it was like a tsunami, because everybody from the front and the back, they rushed, and it threw me back for a minute. It caught me off guard, but the love was immense. It was crazy. It's that log right here. This log been touched so many times, so many people. It's legendary within itself. As an artist, what I took from the experience after the Apollo show was that the bar was raised, and I was able to meet that bar. Like now it's time for me to go to the next level and do bigger venues, and now I feel like I made it, you know? I got the love from my hometown, you know? It was early, the album wasn't even out yet. So the album was coming, I was like, okay, we're gonna sell some albums, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get on tour, and that's exactly what happened.
Do or Die was released on October 10th, 1995. The album stands alongside of the two biggest historical events of the 20th century, the O.J. Simpson acquittal and the Million Man March. Was it a coincidence?
That was a coincidence, man. A week before O.J. was acquitted, the day of the Million Man March, my album was released. It just felt like I made history, regardless of what. You know what I mean? I just felt like I was a part of history, that you know, I was here for a reason. I mean, documented in time forever.
So 1995, the album comes out. The reviews are incredible. I remember our press department calling me hour after hour, we got another one, we got another one. We never thought, are we gonna sell 10,000, we're gonna sell 500,000, 2 million. We were so proud that he got to make his own record, and the credible people I cared about, the real writers, today we call them bloggers, they all thought it was great.
When I premiered AZ's album, Do or Die, on the radio and stuff, the fans took to it immediately. You know, as much as they did Illmatic. There were lots of good records coming out at that time and era, so I made sure that this one was specially heard. You know, told people, hey, look, man, trust me, this guy is it. And they went with it.
When I heard Do or Die, it was gutter, you know, which is what we like, especially More Money, More Murder, More Homicide, like that. That's the stuff that DJs like me, you know, dig for.
For him to have records like, you know, Give Me Yours, you know, even records like Oh Happy Jackie, Sugar Hill, More Money, More Murder. It's like, it told the stories of what was going on in New York, like what we go through. And it's like, it's just painted through, you know, through lyrics. So it's like, if you wasn't from New York, it's like a lot of cats that I know from around the world, they look at AZ like, yo, he's one of the coldest rappers ever.
You know, in hip hop, you can make a hit and it bang, but it gets to a point where you need a joint that goes beyond just that bang, you know, that when a person hear it, it's like, I remember when I was doing this at school, or I remember when I was walking down the street and this joint came on the radio, and that Do or Die album, I knew it was gonna be classic because everybody was like fiending for an AZ album.
When he came with Sugar Hill, we knew then that he was able to make huge records that transcended into SoundScan, Billboard. million sales. You know what I mean? Like, it's a difference when you're just able to spit and rhyme, but to be able to translate that into Billboard #1, global charting, that's another thing. So when he was able to do that, we was like, oh shit. Like, okay. Like, he knew the game plan and he knew the blueprint and he followed it.
To me, Do or Die was important because it was the link in the chain. I brought a certain sophistication to the table, a certain mindset. So I just added on that whole mystique to the game. It was needed, it was mandatory.
What you leave is what people will appreciate. And 20 years down the line, for people to appreciate Do or Die, that's a milestone. It's like, you might not say Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas, and it's like you left AZ off of that Mount Rushmore,